Hello and welcome to this Warhammer 40k battle report with me, Xenovids, and Ian. Today's battle report is between Space Wolves and Necrons. Now, just a little disclaimer, this is the first time either of us have really played with Necrons, so if we do get something wrong, just let us know in the comment section below, but please be nice. So let's have a look at the table and how we've deployed. We're going with the Space Wolves deployment first. We have a squad of Space Wolves in the trees trying to grab some cover. I've got an Aegis defence line today with a squad of Long Fangs there, a Wolf Lord with his trusted wolf friend, a Predator, autocannon 2 las cannons, a squad of Wolf Guard Terminators being illuminated really well by the sun outside. Najal's in there as well. Another squad of Long Fangs with the big quad gun. I think this is the first game we're using without flyers as well. Another squad, 10-man squad of Space Wolves. 2 land speeders hiding because he always steals the initiative. And drop pod with a dreadnought and drop pod with a 5-man squad with a power fist. We're playing big guns never tire. We've got 1, 2, and 3 objectives on the table. Now, looking at the Necrons deployment, what have we got?
A troop of 3 race with whip cold. Moving next to them, we've got a Triac Stalker. He's got a heavy, twin-linked heavy gauze cannon, which might be nice. Big old monolith. Ghost Ark with 9 warriors and a lord. An overlord on a Catacomb command barge. Another squad of race with whip coils. Another Ghost Ark with 9 and Lord, and then a Doomsday Ark.
Doomsday Ark and reserve.
I have got 2 squads of Death Marks coming in.
2 squads of Death Marks.
2.
Oh.
But 2.
So it's the diagonal deployment. Which
I can't remember.
Vanguard. Is it Vanguard Strike? I don't know. It's a diagonal deployment. Lots of scenery today. On camera, we'll roll for night fighting. On a 3, there's no night fighting and trying to steal the initiative. On a 4, good. So let's let's go into Space Wolves. Turn 1. Turn 1. My first drop pod's come in automatically, and it's got my dreadnought with a multi-melter that I'm hoping can do something, but knowing me, it won't. Moving the Terminators forward, being the pinnacle arrow, trying to do some damage to any Necrons coming within their range. I've spread out the Space Wolves in the trees on both sides. Move the land speeders across into the trees to get a bit more cover and see what they can get. And that's pretty much all my movement for this. We're going to go into the shooting. Before we do, just explain the Warlords that we rolled off camera. Ian's Necron's Warlord is -1 to your opponent's reserve. My Warlord trait is re-roll Warlord, reserves. So it's going to be an interesting turn too when I see if my next reserve comes in. So let's go into shooting phase. Multi-melter hits. Multi-melter melter within half range. 2 dice. Melter strength 8. Needing a 5. Rolled a 4. Okay, Najal's going to do the psychic power jaws. There's a gap going all the way up, and I can only hit 1 of them. Jaws of the wolf, so psychic test. 5 and a 7. Yes! On a 5, no denial. Test on one of the Necron Wraiths. Needing to roll underneath your initiative.
Is it under or?
Under.
Under all level.
And you save it.
Oh.
What is his initiative?
Is it dead?
What's his initiative?
2.
Let's go read. He's okay. He passed. The rest of the guns at the Wraith squad. Got Storm Bolters for red and Assault Cannon for green. Needing 3s. Needing 4s. Nothing. Firing at the big gunned one. That one. Doomsday Arc. The reds are last cannon. The greens, which are always reliable, are the auto cannon. Needing freeze. Reds are last cannon, so they need 4s to glance and 6s to glance for the green. Yay! I've got a glance. Now firing at the same vehicle. The reds will be 2 last cannons and 2 missile launchers. Needing freeze. All hit. 5s and the reds need 4s. Come on, baby!
That's 1 pen.
1 pen. 1 glance. Here we go. Here we go. I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1 whole point with no shield. Longfang squad with the quad gun at the Triarch Stalker. Greens are the quad gun, reds are the last cannon, greens are the missile launchers. Did I say whites as the quad gun? Yeah. I don't know what I say. Needing various things. 6s on the whites, 4s on the reds, and 5s on the greens. Point, but he still has his shield. They're not in a squadron, but they're gonna fire at the same time at the race. Needing 3s. I'm needing 2s. That's 3 wounds. However, they do instant kill if you fail. 1 goes down. Bye. So end of turn 1, Space Wolves. All I've been able to do is not a lot really. Taking some hull points and the shield off of this guy, but he can still shoot normally. Taken most of the hull points off of this guy, he's still got his shields, and killed 1 Canoptic Wraith is its name. So let's go into Necrons turn 1. Movement just been completed. The Wraiths have moved up and they are now within charging distance of Najal and his units. The other Ghost Arc that is over on this side has advanced slowly, with the rest of the forces trying to close the gap to the Space Wolves, whilst repositioning on this side has led better shot angle from this Ghost Arc to the lovely Dreadnought, which we don't want to die this turn. So let's go into Necrons shooting. Dark firing at the Dreadnought. Oh. 2 6s. Opponents now are all going to fire at him as well. Needing freeze. Good amount of hits. 1 6, and you have first blood.
1 6. There it is.
And there.
I should have shot that first.
Boom. On the long fangs. Directamundo. Needing 2s. 3 4 up. Cover saves. 1 survive. Monster. At my land speeder.
Needing 3s.
Needing 3s. This is. It's twin linked. It hit. Didn't make any jinx save. What did you need?
Well, it's strength 9.
Yeah, you penned it.
Add 1 to this.
It's now going to fire at the long fangs with its Tesla weapon. Need?
3s.
Freeze!
And then it's strength 6.
Yeah.
AB dash.
Free up, mate. The monolith is going to fire one of its Gauss Flux out at the land speeder. 2. 4 5 1.
There's nothing.
Nothing. At the Zhao's unit. 2 hits. Toughness 4.
Strength 4.
Assault phase. These Wraiths are going to try and assault Najal. So let's see what they can do Overwatch wise. Needing 6s on all these colourful dice. Also, which is red, and 1 assault cannon, which was the white. Needing 4s for the Stormbolter, and needing 2s for the white. But if I roll another 6, it's a rending.
It's fine.
On a 1 and a 2, nothing. So 1's taken a wound. Because I rolled a 2.
A wound!
A wound! Charge! These are trying to charge as well. Just out of range. Nothing. That is something. Ups. All pass. Start of the combat. This guy is now initiative 1. So we'll go down the initiative steps. These two aren't in base to base, but they can pile in. So these guys would then go. I don't know.
Let's go with that.
So let us know if you use Whipcarls and Necrons. 3 Terminators were in base to base, so they're initiative 1. But 2 of them.
Well,
The rest of them, basically, it isn't in base to base, so they still have their normal initiative. So do they then get to pile in at their normal initiative and go? Or because they're now in base contact, are they now initiative 1? We're going to play it that they can attack first and see how it goes. Just remembered that everything has counter attack, so I need to take a leadership test and I get +1 attack when I'm charged. I have made my leadership test. Whites are the normal Terminator, reds are Najal. Needing 4s. Through from Najal's runic weapon. So, free up invulnerable, so... both pass. 4s, 2s.
3 1s.
1 goes down. Next back, the reds are the Thunder Hammer. Needing 4s. Needing 4s, except for the reds, which need 2s.
Oh wow.
That many invulnerables, but 2 of them would do instant doom. So do the 2 that are instant first. Okay, that's good. You took 1 wound.
1 wound.
And we have to do it random.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6 is the guy in the end.
5, 6. Yeah!
Oh!
And doom! So, the Space Wolves have moved. My drop pod came in and scattered really close to these guys here, which was brilliant. I've moved the Wolf Lord out, looking to try and do some combating later. The suicidal land speeder's in a blood rage because his friend got killed, and he's going to go after one of these vehicles over here. Everything else kind of just either shuffled or just stayed still. So let's go into the shooting phase. Land speeder shooting at the monolith. That's the word.
That is the word. 2
multi-melters.
Or grease. Grease is the
1 has missed already. What do I need of these?
Well,
6 on 2 dice?
6 to glance.
6 to glance on 2 dice. Oh no, I have to roll a 7 to pen. Come on, baby!
That's a pen.
Yes!
Little.
Other one. La Predator is going to shoot at the big guns thing. Red is the las cannons. Come on, please. 2s for the red because he's got no shields, and the whites. Something else. 5s. 4s. Yeah! +1. It explodes! 6 inches. Possibly. See what happens. 2 armor saves. 1 does die. Fang unit is going to fire at the Ghost Ark over there. 2 las cannons, 1 missile launcher. Gone through after the Jinx save.
You 4s to glance.
3! I needed a 4 to glance. Like that. I would have penned and then I would have exploded it. But because I'm rubbish at rolling, I can't do anything. Squadron against the monolith. Reds are las cannons. Reds and 6 is to glance, I think, on the green. That's a pen. Go! That's 2! Oh boy! Trees are going to try and take down some wounds from these raves. Seeing 3s. Six wounds. 3 up invuln.
3 up armor.
This squad from the trees firing at the same unit of wraiths. Failed one of them. Trying to assault the wraiths.
No.
Quite make it now. 3 wounds. 2 Terminators, not due to like power weapons or anything, or special abilities, due to me rolling double 1s, I now have 3 fighting back. The Reds and the Zhao, and they need 4. No, all need 4. Two wounds!
What's the strength of it?
It's a normal strength, but it's a force weapon.
Okay.
His force weapon on a leadership test! Passed. 1 goes down. The Necrons' movement. They've one Ghost Dark has moved closer to the objective, as is the other one here. He deep struck the death marks over by my units, but mishapped. We rolled, and I got to place them wherever I wanted, so I put them all the way in this corner. The other wraiths have kind of ignored the Lord and come across here. These death marks target is the Wolf Lord itself, and I guess everything else is kind of shuffled around. So let's go into the shooting. The Triarch Stalker firing at the land speeder. It's gone right under the jet. Immobilized.
How many hull points have they got?
With 1 hull point left. Firing at the squad in the trees. 1 hit.
Strength 6. AP dash.
1 armor save. Failed. Looking at their target. Power saves and 3 invulnerable saves. What shall I take first?
Them. Invulnerables.
He's lost a wound. 3 up armor saves. And he's lost another wound. This Flux Arc at the land speeder.
And then the other one at the Wolf Lord.
And the other one at the Wolf Lord. These are snapshots as well. 1 on the Wolf Lord. 1 wound. He's okay. The drop pod. This side. One glance. Side at the other drop pod. 6 to glance. 2. Boots firing at the squad. And to wound. One goes down. Up at the same squad. And into the drop pod. Just 1 6 and it's gone. It's gone. These wraiths have come into combat as well.
2 Hammer of Wraths.
Nothing on the Hammer of Wraths. Let's calculate all their assault hits. D4s. And 2s. 5. 1 goes down. And Terminator. 1. 2, 3. Space Wolves have moved. I've pivoted the Predator so that he has a better shot at the Warlord for the Necrons, and moved the Wolf Lord a little bit closer to him. Go into the shooting phase. At the Catacomb Command Barge. Needing force for the red. And 5s for the white.
What's the strength?
7.
No.
6s it needed. 6s.
1 glance.
Firing at the Ghost Arc. Nothing. 2 multi-melter shots. The Monolith. Melter shot.
It's a 10.
Second multi-melter shot.
10. It's gone.
Explodes. 6 inches. Death marks. The wounds from the explosion, and the white is the cryptek. Just the 2 death marks. 2 armor saves. 1 goes down. Squad. Shooting at the Catacomb Command Barge. Firing the shots. Reroll the quad gun. One of the last cannons misses. Hey. Guys, Wolf Lord assaulting the chariot. He's in. 2 invulnerables to take on the Wolf Lord, and is he going to be dead? Is he going to be dead? No. Okay, so 6 attacks onto it. I have a weapon skill of 6. Okay, so we think we're going against the rider of the chariot, so I need 2s to wound. This assault, Wraiths get to go first.
It's 4s, isn't it?
Now 2s. Saved. 1. Which he saved. Necron's movement for turn 3. Ghost Arcs moved up a little bit more. The Death Marks have moved closer towards the Space Wolves. They're still locked in combat. The Lord has moved over towards this unit over here. And the Truck Stalker has moved a little bit, shuffled a little bit to its right. So going into the shooting, into the drop pod. 3 miss. There they are. They're going to shoot at the troop in the trees. Leading 4s.
2.
5 and a 3. They're okay. Peel off the last hull point. Yes. He's gone.
Doesn't make sense.
Trying to take down their target one last time. He's only got 1 wound. Lots of hits. Lots of wounds. He's got 5. Let's roll 2. There he's down. Goodbye, Wolf Lord. You did nothing. At the Long Fangs. There's a 6. There's 2 more to that. 3 wound. 2 dead. Go and assault this unit as well, so I get to Overwatch. 6s. These are re-rolled. 1. Nothing. First combat. Lots of hits. 2s. 1. Standing Wolf. Going to try and take down the rest of the Wraiths. 2 hits. Needing 4s. 2 wounds. Activating force weapon. 1's dead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep. The last blue guy. I punch the Overlord. Not punchy enough. 4, what's your toughness?
5.
5s. 1 wound. On a 6. Of course it's failed. Saved. What's your weapon skill?
4.
Okay. Turn 4. Space Wolves fighting for their survival. There, we both doubt 99.999 million% Necrons have won this, but we're going to continue. See if the Space Wolves can survive. So the Space Wolves have come out of the trees towards the Wraiths to help Najau out a little bit. And the Predator has just pivoted slightly. So we go into the shooting phase. Quad gun and the Long Fang squad over yonder, shooting at the Overlord in his chariot right in front of them. Now he's right in front of them. These are veteran Long Fangs. They can't miss! Correct, they cannot miss. He's out in the open now with his chariot wrecked to pieces. The last Long Fang squad left to shoot, firing at this Ghost Arc right here. 2 last cannon shots, 1 missile launcher. All hit. Come on, last cannons, don't fail me now. A big dice number. 6! The explosion results. Needing 5. Or is it strength 4? When you're inside. Strength 4 when you're inside. So needing 4s. To go down. Lovely. Shooting at the Overlord. One armor save, one invulnerable. Can you do the armor save first? Fails the armor save. And the invulnerable. Fails the invulnerable. What's your toughness?
9. He's on 1 wound.
So his toughness is 5, not 9.
Yeah, that's right. I was thinking of your strength of the weapon.
Yeah. Okay. Now firing at the Overlord with 1 wound left. Red dices are their bolt guns, rapid fire. 2 blue dices are also bolt gun. I just ran out of red dice, but the whites are plasma gun, needing freeze.
1 gets hot, 1 misses.
The plasma guy, obviously, because I can roll 1s twice, is dead. But now, needing 5s, I think.
Yes.
Hey! Choosing to fire at this troop squad right here. Blues that are in there are the plasma. The blues are needing 2s, and the reds are needing 4s. Saves on a 4-up.
No.
So, that many have gone down to leadership test. They make it on a 9.
Yeah.
And does he have a res orb?
He does.
Let's get him back.
How many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
4s. 2
That's all my shooting, so we're going to go into the assault phase. These 10 space wolves over there are going to assault the Overlord. They have to take him down with 1 wound left. This unit are out of range to assault him, so it'll be this unit, the Najal unit as well. Let's do the Najal unit first. No. Charge.
There. There.
They're definitely in on a 5. To hit. Statistically average. This is what I rolled. Brilliant. Needing 5s. 1. Let's see if he fails. No.
1.
1 wound? 1 wound. 1 is died. I lose combat. I shall take my leadership test. And fail. Brilliant.
You need to roll higher than a 7.
I did. I got away. So that was good. Wraiths now. They go first. 2s. 3 we go. He's fine. His attack's back. Only 1. And nothing! This time, Najal's had a 4 stave, even though it's spelt staff in the codex. And on Army Builder and the rules, a 4 stave gives +2 strength and force weapon. So it just failed an armor save. So I've done a force weapon. So 1 more is dead for Najal. Okay, moving on to Necrons. Trying to move out of the pond. A 1 was rolled. So it's immobilized and now a water feature. The death marks have moved up. They're pinned at the moment still. And everything shuffled up forward to try and take down the rest of the space wolves. Going into the shooting phase. The long fangs, which are over there. Firing at the predator. Yes. That is a pen. That is a 4. And they're going to fire at the troop over here. 1. And you fire at this unit here as well. That's more hits. Getting 4s. 6. The long fangs, but they get to fire their big weapons at it. Big weapons at it. Ooh. 2 armor saves. Please fail 1. I said please! Roll another one. There we go.
Charge range. He's in.
You are in. Good work. They got counter attack and they pass. Or 2s. Double 1. 1 dies. That I fell back, but he consolidated and kind of ran after me a little bit. So chasing status. So to Najal's combat. Hashtag lol. Yes. Yes. Got a necklace, that means he always hits on a 3-up. 1 miss still. I still rolled that 1.
And there's the 3.
Was it that one you rolled?
We get the big dice.
Or was it that one?
The big dice.
That one?
Fairly sure.
You sure it's that
dice.
one?
It was the big dice.
The big one?
The big dice.
That one?
No, the big dice.
That one?
That was the big
That
dice.
one?
No, not the big dice.
That one?
Not that big dice.
That one?
Not that big dice.
That one?
That big dice.
Oh, okay. That's for our German viewers. 5 for everyone else. So this is the 5th turn of movement for the Space Wolves. These wolves have been running as fast as they can up to here. Najal's still locked in combat. The Long Fangs have stayed still. Predator has swiveled-ish. They've regrouped now, the Long Fangs, and that unit has moved forwards. So let's see what shooting I can actually do. To the Long Fang unit that's just regrouped in front of the Lord, snap firing at him, needing 6s. Firing at the Overlord. Ooh, nothing except for 1. Ta-da! 1 invulnerable save. He made it. Take an armor save just for me. What is gonna fire at something? What do I do? I will not fire them yet. I'm gonna fire this unit. I'm gonna fire this Necron warrior unit. The blues are plasma, the whites and reds are just normal rapid firing bolt awesome. Blues need 2s, reds need 4s. Saves. Yes! At the Triarch Stalker. Nearly freeze. The las cannons both missed. Good-o. And on 4, that doesn't quite cut it from the missile launcher, because he still has his shield on, doesn't he?
Shield.
Wolves there, gonna fire at the Lord. Freeze! Please. Not a single one. That's 7 dice. You've statistically beaten statistics unbelievably. Roll 1 more.
I am powerful.
You are powerful with the dice, young one. Najal and the last Wraith. Ooh. 1. He's lost a wound. Back. 3 up. That's cocked. Good out. Still roll the 1s though. 2.
Dead.
He's dead. Huzzah! Consolidation of 1. Necron's movement. He's disembarked that unit and they have safely got that objective. The death marks have continued to move up towards the Space Wolves line. The death marks over here has kind of shuffled across, and so has the Triarch Stalker. Let's go into shooting. They're going to fire at the Space Wolf. Marks into Najal. Ooh. 3 4s. 3 4s. Let's get some dramatic tension. Fine. 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 So now I'm going to fire through the trees at the Long Fangs by the Aegis defense line. And he goes down. Stalker at Najal. I need another 2. He hits. Is that AP?
2.
AP 2, so he's got his invulnerable save. 4 up, 50-50. I rolled a 1. That's 1. Overlord is going to assault the Long Fangs. So,
What have you got left in there?
red is las cannon, white is just normal pistol. Nothing! Got their counter attack, but they get to go first. Freeze, didn't quite cut it. And that unit is dead. The game continues! Ooh. The movement phase. I have moved the Space Wolves up to here. That unit's still there. And the Predator's moved back away from his scary Overlord. So, going into the shooting phase. The Aegis is going to fire at the Overlord back there. Uni freeze. Rerolling the quad card. And 2s. 6 armor saves to be taken.
This is it. This is him gone. Look, there it is.
Not a single one, Ian.
It's not a 2 either.
Look what I can do with dice. So it isn't actually dice, it is actually me. Good work. Firing at this lord. Yes. There's a 1. Firing at the Overlord. One hit on the weaker weapon. 1 armor save. Then you rolled a 4. 2 last cannons at the Overlord from the long fans. 1 missed with a 1, but 1 wounded. That's a 3-up invulnerable save. If you fail shooting face, we've got some reanimation rules. Do you want to do your Lord or your Overlord?
Overlord.
On a 5, of course he's back.
Lord.
Of course he's back. The Necrons have won. Just shot the last of the long fans, and the Overlord blew up the Predator. So, do the epic handshake and count the points up for you. Another Space Wolf loss. What's up? Necrons. They've got this objective. So that is 3 points so far. They've got Warlord, 4 points. Linebreaker, 5 points. First Blood, 6 points. Predator, 7 points. Longfangs, 8 points.
The other long fangs.
And the other Longfangs, 9 points. Space Wolves have 2 objectives, which is 6 points.
And you killed my monolith.
Monolith and the other one.
And Doomsday.
So that's 9 to the Necrons, 8 to the Space Wolves. Okay, so that's the end of the game now. Lots and lots of points in this game, but ending in a Space Wolves loss at Necrons victory. First time playing as Necrons, first time kind of guiding and helping along as well. Neither of us have really played Necrons before. What did you think of Necrons?
They're easy. They're easy to use. Like, they're quite forgiving if you're if you do a couple of mistakes here and there. Unlike previous armies that I have fought with, I think Necrons are probably the easiest to use and the most forgiving.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Space Marines and Necrons are the easiest ones for new players as well. And you're new to playing Necrons.
Yeah.
I also think you underestimated how good they were.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure. The only other time I have played Necrons before, I generally have come up trumps, and playing against Necrons, I've more often than not beaten them, and quite convincingly. Whether that's the armies I'm using or the fact that maybe tactics are involved. But I think me playing them today, yeah, they're strong.
You're more a mech player, which is completely against the meta of 6th edition, where they made vehicles slightly weaker. But Necrons have quantum shielding, and their transports have 4 hull points, and they've got Tesla and Gauss weapons, and the ability of living metal where they can ignore crew shake and and stunned on rolling some dice. And they're not expensive points-wise, the vehicles, really. I think none of them are as expensive as a Wave Serpent. Especially your Chariot of Doom for your Lord, which I think is 90 points, possibly. What happened to the Space Wolves? They stood still, they shot and failed. It was me. Worked out in a couple of rounds. I fired 6 las cannon shots and missed all of them in 3 rounds of the Predator, I think. Good work, me. I think my dice rolling is atrocious. With every dice. Every die I can't roll, and it just... By turn 2, I called it, that it was a Necron's win. I tried and clawed my way back, and there wasn't anything I could do. Next turn, we worked out that probably he would have been able to have pretty much wiped me out, making it a tabling. There's just so much to the vehicles in Necrons. You need high strength shots to stop their shields, but with my rolling, I just couldn't do it. And my multi-melter dreadnought that came in failed, so he was dead. Turn 1. And your Wraiths are there to tie up any combat units. So if I did have any units of high strength or weaponry, you could potentially pin them down or slow them down like that.
Right, I know we get to look up Najal's actual rules and what his stuff but even with a couple of turns of that, the Wraith stood there and stood still for a good 2-3 turns, backwards and forwards kind of thing.
Free up invul.
Yeah. It's,
you can make free ups all day long.
Yeah.
We rolled partly on camera and off camera. He rolled about 25 dice and didn't roll a single one. I roll 1 dice, I can get a 1. Another loss. Space Wolves' most effective thing today.
I'd say Land Speeder, the one that took down the monolith.
Yeah, that Land Speeder took down the monolith. Land Speeders, I'm finding, they're a suicide unit, but in the games we've played, they've taken down Land Raiders and monoliths and double multi-melters. Is
How
good.
much are they?
Let me have a look. No, Land Speeders are good. My Long Fangs didn't do a lot, really. Neither did the quad gun.
No flyers though, and that's another thing with Necrons. Obviously, just the land vehicles are the bee's knees, and then you start talking about the flyers as well. You're just like, really?
Land Speeders 80 points.
8 points.
80 points. Yeah, we went to Warhammer World once, and wasn't the last time. I think it was the time before. It may have been the last time. I mentioned that the Necrons were quite overpowered. And he was like, no, what do you mean? It's like, well, Matt Ward, he wrote that one, didn't he? Matt Ward, there's been a few codexes that everyone has kind of been like, well, that's a little bit too powerful, Matt. And the guy that worked there was like, no, what are you on about? I mean, Matt Ward writes codexes which can last. So basically they're so overpowered that it takes 2 or 3 years for them to balance out, basically. And I think still, these guys came out when 6th edition came out, just before, which means they're 2 years old. And from what I've seen today, I'm fearful for the rest of my armies.
I think it will be interesting between Tau and Necrons. They're both my armies. They're both highly mechanised, which is kind of how I play. So it's going to be a battle of the guns, I think. But obviously Tau have got slightly better guns, but then the Necrons have better vehicles and better armour. So
sturdier, yeah.
I think that one's going to be a big game.
Worst unit of the game.
Either side or
Either or both. Both. Worst unit for Space Wolves.
Dreadnought.
Dreadnought. Just mucked up.
Easy kill. Just
Kamikaze Dreadnought.
yeah, dropped in, missed everything, didn't even like scratch the Doomsday Arc. The Ghost Arc just weaved round and went, what? Blasted it to death.
Worst unit for you? Nothing.
I think probably not because of how they performed, but the death marks that mishapped. If they had stayed where they were, it would have been over by turn 4.
Yeah.
But
they did kill a couple.
yeah, they killed a couple
when they got in range because they're sniper weapons.
But yeah, realistically, they were probably the worst unit.
What about your best?
I'd have to say
Necron.
This one.
Overlord.
Yeah, no, Overlord.
He got Linebreaker. He killed Predator. He killed Longfang Squad. He made a Space Wolf squad fall back. Tough, man. 2 up in armor save and 3 up in vulnerable save is so tough. Ever living.
Him with the Catacomb Command Barge is 350 points. Powerful. It survived, okay, partially due to my saves and Mark's fails.
Brilliant throw dice.
But he survived about 50, 60 shots, then kind of fell down, and then the next turn just went, oh, I'm back. Here I am. So he had to do that all over again, and it's just too much.
If you know anyone who can roll dice really well, like 4s, 5s and 6s, Necrons are for them. I would be rubbish as a Necron, but they'd all be dead. They never come back to life.
Two ones. 2 of them. There's one. There's the other.
So yeah, I've never rolled those dice before in my life, and I got 2 ones, and then a 2 and a 5, and a 1 and a 3. I just can't roll dice. So what do I do? No, if you could leave a comment below how to beat Necrons, please let me know. Don't say close combat, because clearly, like Najal, Terminator armor, and a load of Terminators can't kill Wraiths. I think, I don't know, you have to stamp on your model so that they can't play. Like this warrior over here that I broke. Okay, thanks. Yeah, thanks for watching. Next game is Tau versus Eldar.
That was close, the last one.
A loss for the Space Wolves, but Necron's first game, they've won very convincingly and did extremely well. So, thank you very much for watching. I've been Xenovids. Please comment, like, subscribe and share to my channel, and I'll see you on the next video.